Stop. Breathe. The moment you opened this message, something shifted, far deeper than you realize. This isn't content. This isn't a coincidence. This is heaven crashing into your atmosphere with undeniable force. A sacred announcement has been unleashed across realms, and your name is written on it. You didn't stumble here. You were summoned. Archangel Michael has descended, not with casual curiosity, but with a burning urgency. His sword is drawn. His eyes are aflame with divine mission. And the scroll in his hand, yes, your scroll, has just been unsealed in the courts of heaven. Your life has just been authorized for divine reversal. There has been a delay. Not by chance. Not by misfortune. But by divine design. You felt it. The silence. The uncertainty. The moments when your spirit whispered, "Did God forget me?" But you weren't forgotten. You were hidden. Your name, child of destiny, has been under heavenly review. A sacred file sat before the throne of God, and heaven has been watching, closely, quietly, deliberately. The angels have not been idle. They've circled your name with fire. They've debated timing with reverence. They've defended your process with holy silence. And now, they rise. Heaven is no longer whispering. It is declaring. Your breakthrough has not just been approved. It has been ignited. There's a seal that has cracked. A voice that has thundered. A decree that has shattered delay. And as Archangel Michael touches your name, something ancient moves, something that cannot be stopped. He's not just guarding you anymore. He's leading the charge for your divine reversal. You thought the wait was punishment. You were wrong. The wait was preparation. You were being forged, not forgotten. Built, not buried. Elevated in silence while others chased noise. This, right now, is the beginning of what was promised. And listen closely. This is not just your moment of favor. This is your moment of clearance. Archangel Michael stands still now, but only for a breath. He is holding something that glows with the weight of your journey, the sealed file containing your story, your prayers, your delays, and the battles no one saw. That file, your file, was not overlooked. It was preserved. And now, it has been opened. Heaven has declared, enough waiting. Enough war in silence. Let the record be released. As Michael unseals the scroll, every hidden cry, every prayer you whispered when your voice was weak, rises like smoke before the throne. Not one tear was wasted. Not one sacrifice ignored. Not one moment of restraint went unseen. The record bears it all. And the verdict? Clearance granted. Delay broken. Barriers removed. You're no longer in limbo. You're no longer suspended between hope and heartbreak. Something irreversible has been set into motion. The weight of heaven has shifted toward you. Michael speaks now, not in riddles, not in dreams, but in command. I have seen the war over your name. I have silenced the accuser. I have pushed back the darkness. And I have raised my voice for you. What was blocked is no longer sealed. What was hindered is now loosed. The voice that was hidden in silence is now thundering through spiritual realms, and the echo of your breakthrough is resounding through dimensions. The one who tried to suppress your file, yes, that one who smiled in your face while binding you in the shadows, has been exposed. Heaven has reviewed the evidence. And the judgment is clear, their access to your destiny has expired. There were meetings behind closed doors. Conversations disguised as concern. Whispers shaped like support. But the heavenly record exposes all motives. Michael saw it. God allowed it. Not to destroy you, but to refine you. The betrayal sharpened your discernment. The delay deepened your dependence. The silence prepared you for this moment. And now, the gates are opening. The spiritual locks have been undone, and your name, your real, divine name, has been proclaimed aloud in the heavenly courts. The darkness that tried to confuse your identity can no longer speak. Your time under surveillance is over. Now is the time of execution. Now is the time of delivery. Can you feel it? Something beneath your skin. Something in the air around you has started to change. It's not imagined. It's not coincidental. It's divine. The moment Archangel Michael unsealed your file and the command from heaven was released, everything in the realm of the spirit started to respond. The wind carries whispers with your name. The air around you thickens with the presence of divine activity. Invisible doors that were once shut tight are creaking open, not from your effort, but by divine force. This is the moment when your enemies feel restless without knowing why. This is the moment when people who once mocked you fall silent, not because you confronted them, but because the glory resting on you has become undeniable. You are not who you used to be. And they can't explain it. Let them wonder. Let them wrestle. You don't need to respond. Because heaven is now responding for you. Archangel Michael is now clearing the path ahead. He is not negotiating. He is not asking permission. He is moving with fire. Every obstacle set up to confuse you, delay you, or push you into self-doubt, has been marked for destruction. There are contracts in the spirit realm, contracts of delay, confusion, sabotage, and those contracts were activated by familiar spirits attached to people who claimed to love you. But Michael saw them. He watched them closely while heaven remained silent. The silence was never neglect. It was strategy. And now, the time for war is over. The season of quiet injustice has ended. Heaven has declared that the final word belongs to God alone. Child of promise, you are about to see something you thought you'd never see. The real reason for your long delay will soon be revealed. And when it is, you will weep, not just from relief, but from recognition. You'll finally understand the spiritual weight you've been carrying. The places where you nearly collapsed, the moments you questioned your own sanity, the days you begged for a single sign, all of them were part of a heavenly design. Your cries didn't vanish. They were documented. And now, the documentation is being used to release something so holy, so specific, so tailored to your heart, that you will know with full clarity, this could only have come from God. But listen carefully. Because with the blessing comes a condition. You cannot walk into this next season with the same wounds wide open. God is not just releasing the promise. He is also requiring the purging. What does that mean? It means the people, habits, fears, and internal agreements you once used to survive, must be released. The door opening before you is too sacred to be contaminated by the fingerprints of your past. This time, obedience is not optional. It is urgent. The divine reversal over your life is in motion. But it will only reach fullness if you allow heaven to clean the places you've hidden. So let it go. That grudge. That secret jealousy. That tendency to shrink when you were made to rise. Let it go. You don't need it in the new chapter. Because what's coming next is pure, unshakable, supernatural favor. It's not based on performance. It's based on position. And you are now positioned for divine manifestation. There's a reason the enemy fought you so hard. There's a reason certain people were sent into your life only to distract, delay, and drain you. Because the enemy saw what you didn't see yet, the scroll bearing your name was glowing. Heaven's light was already identifying you as a carrier of breakthrough, as a host of divine glory, and as a vessel through which God's agenda would touch the earth. That's why the warfare was so personal. That's why the attacks came from people you trusted. The enemy couldn't stop your calling. So he tried to break your heart. He hoped that betrayal would blind you. He hoped that rejection would convince you to retreat. He hoped that delay would make you doubt what you heard in secret moments with God. But you didn't break. You bled, but you stood. You wept, but you worshipped. You doubted, but you didn't quit. And now, heaven is honoring your endurance. Archangel Michael is standing watch. But he is no longer only defending you. Now, he is announcing you. Announcing your arrival into the room you once cried outside of. Announcing your name in places your feet haven't even stepped yet. Announcing your readiness for the thing that had to wait until you could carry it with wisdom, not ego. This is where you stop being overlooked. This is where your name enters conversations that shift territories. Not because you begged. Not because you campaigned. But because God has spoken, and when He speaks, doors don't open, they bow. Yes, they bow to the anointing. They bow to the authority. They bow to the calling you carry. But listen now. Because this is the part many miss. God is not releasing this miracle so you can be comfortable. He's releasing it so you can be effective. There are people waiting on the other side of your yes. There are prayers from strangers that heaven intends to answer through your obedience. You've been asking when your moment will come. But God has been preparing a moment for others, and it begins when you step into your assignment. This miracle isn't just your reward, it's your recommissioning. He's sending you back into the world with a glow that cannot be imitated, a favor that cannot be explained, and an authority that cannot be silenced. So get ready. Because in the next 7 days, things will start to align rapidly. Sudden calls. Divine meetings. Unexplainable ease in rooms that once felt resistant. You won't have to fight for attention, the light on you will make you unforgettable. But be warned, this will also attract the counterfeit. As your favor increases, so will false opportunities, opportunistic people, and seductive distractions. That's why discernment is now your armor. Don't open every door. Don't explain your vision to every listener. Not everyone can go where you're headed. Not everyone should even know you're going. There are some things that must remain sacred between you and God. Because if you expose it too soon, the enemy will try to distort it before it's ready. Protect what's holy. Guard your peace. And move in silence, until God says, now. Because when He says now, the whole earth will witness what you carried in secret. And what they see will not be your glow. It will be His glory, wrapped in your obedience. Beloved, the hour has come. The pages of delay have been turned. The long nights, the silent tears, the hidden prayers, all of it, has reached the throne. And heaven has responded. This is not a theory. This is not symbolic. This is divine manifestation. What you've been sensing is not your imagination. That stirring. That anticipation in your spirit that something monumental is shifting. It's real. You have stepped into a new realm, a realm of holy fulfillment. No more waiting for permission. No more apologizing for your calling. No more shrinking to make others comfortable. The heavens have declared, you are ready. And now, Archangel Michael stands at the edge of this new beginning with sword drawn, not just to fight your battles, but to escort you forward. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Not because you're strong on your own, but because God has surrounded your purpose with divine enforcement. You've entered a sealed season, a moment where what God has opened, no man can close. The doors ahead won't require force. They will recognize your anointing and swing wide open. But now comes the divine instruction. Because favor without direction becomes a trap. And breakthrough without preparation becomes a burden. So hear this, dove, be slow to speak. This isn't the season to explain yourself. Let the fruit speak for you. Dove, be quick to discern. Every open door isn't from God. Some are distractions disguised as blessings. Dove, stay hidden until He reveals. The oil is still fresh. Don't let it evaporate by exposing it to voices not assigned to steward your elevation. There will be unexpected confirmations in the next few days. You will wake up with clarity that doesn't match your circumstances. You will hear your name spoken by people you've never met, but were instructed to bless you. Money will come. Healing will come. Reconciliation will come. But more than that, God Himself will come closer than He's ever been. This is not just a blessing. It is a visitation. And now, the final revelation: what you thought was delayed was actually divinely timed to avoid sabotage. God didn't let you rise before this moment because the people around you were not ready to handle your weight. He had to first remove the counterfeits, silence the manipulators, and humble the opportunists. Now that the shaking has occurred, you can rise uncontaminated. So stand tall. Stand clean. Stand silent. The announcement has already gone forth in heaven, and soon, the earth will echo it. Those who mocked you will watch you. Those who left you will remember you. But you won't respond. Because what's ahead is too holy to get entangled in yesterday's conversations. This is it. The moment you prayed for. The miracle you waited for. The vindication you cried for. It's here. And it carries your name. Heaven has signed it. Michael has guarded it. God has released it. Now, receive it.